What's going on, everybody? It's your boy QuestX. I'm coming back at you once again. This is going to be my take on what happened last night when the Cleveland Browns players, I think it was somewhat up to 10 players, took a knee during the national anthem. What my take on it is that they're good and decent brothers. In fact, there were a couple this was a white player who took a knee as well, and then there was a white player who put his hand on the shoulders of one of his teammates. My take on it is that this is just further exposing Hugh Jackson as the bootlicking coon that he is. And that there were players who have more integrity and self-respect, and that when he was sitting up there talking that old dumb shit about how much the flag means to him, and he was just sitting up there cutting a jig, his players were sitting up there watching that interview in disgust. And I absolutely applaud the Browns players who took a knee. I feel that this is going to just be a further domino effect. You're going to see more and more athletes, more and more players start to do this because they see the injustice that's being done, not just to Colin Kaepernick, but what's being done to the black community, the black and brown community as a whole. So, of course, naturally, good and decent people are going to start standing up. And I think the more that this happens, I think that it's starting to expose the NFL for what it is. Now, we know what the NFL is about. You have all the owners are white, I think, except one. All right. And I think at this point in time, in the social climate that we're living in right now, white supremacy and white supremacists are being exposed because now this is a different era and different age we're living in. We're living in now an era where more and more people are able to highlight white supremacy through social media and through, their fingertips on their cell phones. And this is exacerbating the potential for it to screw up your revenue. See, back in the day, hey, you could write a letter. The news and the media couldn't cover everything. All right. So certain things could be forgotten about, brushed aside. But now, when you're living in the age of social media and Twitter and Instagram, where a picture, all right, can be taken and then thrown out there where millions upon millions of people can see it, it affects your bottom dollar a lot quicker. And this has always been the key. To force change, affect the bottom dollar. So all those racist fans talk about how they're going to boycott the NFL or they're not going to go watch games because somebody's taking a knee. Trust and believe. Just like the owners wanted to hide behind that, they will not be able to hide behind the fact that when there's more and more players taking a knee, what are they going to do? Suspend damn near half their team? Because see, where the real impact is going to happen is when a whole entire fucking team takes a knee. Then you're going to see some change. And even then, you won't see the change that what we really want. But they're going to try to throw on a little Band-Aid. Say, okay, well, we're gonna set up a commission and we're gonna set up. I'm telling you, this is how it's gonna be done. But back to the Browns and those Browns players who did what they did. Respect to them. Fuck Hugh Jackson and his buck dancing ass. But respect to the Browns players. It's your boy QuestX. I am out. Peace.